IFS guided meditation to update your inner critics. Understanding Your Inner Critics by Ayan Farwar. Our inner critics are parts of our personality that hold negative beliefs about us. They have seen us being shamed by others when growing up, or by ourselves during difficult times in life when we could not be at our best. We need to know how they came about, help them set free from the past, and transform to trust us again. Hi, this is Ayan Farwar. I'm glad you're here. If it's your first time here, this channel is about self-realization and honoring our life purpose and meaning. If you're interested in these topics, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay connected. Today, I would like to invite you to join me for another IFS self-leadership meditation focused on our inner critics. We all have inner critics to various degrees. They are parts of our personality that hold negative beliefs about certain aspects of who we are as a person or how we live our lives. We usually notice them as self-critical thoughts. For example, judging the way we are, look, or behave, or doubting our talents, intelligence, or choices in life. This IFS meditation is designed to help you notice your inner critics, get to know them better, and even help them relax. If you're already familiar with IFS, you could jump directly to start of meditation using the timestamp links I provided in the description below. If this is your first exposure to IFS, you can still try this meditation as an experiential inner contemplations. This could also be an opportunity for you to become more familiar with IFS and experience its value in getting to know the inner workings of your mind. I will provide a brief background on IFS and how it views our inner critics. This background helps you decide whether this meditation could be of interest or beneficial to you and your well-being to try. IFS, a paradigm for understanding ourselves. Internal Family Systems, or IFS, is an evidence-based psycho-spiritual model pioneered by Dr. Richard C. Schwartz. In simple terms, IFS model describes how our mind operates. We usually experience or express ourselves through our feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. In IFS, these are expressions of our distinct subpersonalities, parts of our personality, or simply our parts. For example, if you have some errands to run, a part of you may want you to get them done to clear your mind, but another part of you may want to push them to a later time. These two parts have their own rationale, why one wants to get them done and the other rather not. Our feelings, thoughts, and behaviors are expressions of distinct parts of our personality. In addition to our parts, we also have access to a source of wisdom within us called Self with a capital S. You can think of Self as your purest sense of being, your heart, inner wisdom, higher mind, or the wisdom of your soul. Connection to self happens naturally when we see ourselves separate from our personality parts and away from their strong feelings and thoughts. In fact, this is probably the main goal of most meditation practices today. If you're interested to learn more about IFS, please check the description below for a link to IFS Institute website, or check out my IFS Basic Concepts presentation linked here. Understanding our inner critics and their intentions. By nature, inner critics are usually seen as unwanted parts of personality that need to be managed, suppressed, or coped with. But IFS views them differently. In IFS, our inner critics are there because they serve a purpose. Let's use an example to clarify this. Imagine I have an inner critic who believes I am a terrible cook and should never offer to cook for those I care about, even if this is what I really want to do. This inner critic may do that because it remembers me being judged or shamed by others the very first time I found courage to bake or cook as a child. My inner critic has not forgotten that, and in its own way, trying to protect me from being judged, shamed, or feeling embarrassed again. It is stuck in the past and only remembers the part of me that felt shame back then. Using IFS, I can connect to this inner critic and the part of me that was shamed back then. I can let them know that I've gained experience in life and I'm open to learn to cook again. I can invite them to leave the past behind and trust me again. As a part of this meditation, you too can notice and connect to your inner critics to get to know them better. Just noticing your inner critics without judging or demonizing them help them relax and open up to tell you what they do for you and why they do that. Keep in mind that meditations like this may not always work perfectly the first time, so I would suggest noticing the process here and repeating it later in your own unique pace and words. Please use discretion to check if you feel comfortable connecting directly to your inner critics through this meditation. If not, consider some inner works or try this meditation when guided by an IFS practitioner. Preparation for meditation. Sit or lay down somewhere you feel most comfortable and cozy. Take a few deep breaths to feel the air entering your lungs, filling your body with its nourishing oxygen. If it helps, close your eyes or soften your gaze to further descend to a state of calmness and presence inside you and away from the world outside. As you're focusing inside, notice what feelings or thoughts are currently present in your mind. let them know you notice them. But for now, ask them to separate from you, to give you some space, so you can be fully present for this meditation. You can always get back to them later, but now it's your personal time, a time for you to be fully present here and now. As you're creating this space inside you, gather some light and positive energy on top of your head and direct it down to the core of your body to start your meditation shortly. Turn your attention and imagination inside and look for a part of you that holds self-critical thoughts or feelings about you. This part could present itself as a familiar inner voice that you have been hearing most of your life, or as a self-doubting thought or feeling that you've started noticing in recent times. Take your time to notice what inner critic or critics are currently present in your mind. If you notice more than one inner critics present in your mind, check to see which one takes more space or needs more attention from you today. Acknowledge the other ones and let them know you noticed them and may come back to them later. Now turn your attention to the inner critic that takes most space in your mind. Check if you can find it in or around your body as a sensation, an image, a color, a picture, or anything else. If you can feel or visualize this inner critic, check to see what else you notice about how it presents itself to you. If you cannot sense or visualize your inner critic, just focus on it as a thought or the feeling it represents. See if you feel open to it or are curious about why it's there, holding its negative beliefs about you. If you don't feel particularly open toward your inner critic, check to see if there is another part in you who does not like this inner critic. If so, acknowledge this new part and kindly ask if it's open to step back and give you more space so your heart can be more open. Thank this part for giving you space. If it feels right, let this part know you may come back to hear more about it later. If needed, repeat this process until you're open enough to be present with your inner critic without disliking or judging it. Now turn your full attention to the inner critic and let it know you notice it and you're curious about it. If you believe there must be a reason your inner critic holds negative beliefs about you, let it know that. Now that you're fully present, your inner critic may be open to tell you what you want to know about how it came about and why it does what it does. Ask your inner critic what its job is. If its job is to criticize you in a certain way, ask it, what could be the worst thing that can happen to you if it took a break and stopped criticizing you? Check to see if your inner critic is worried about you being blamed, shamed, or emotionally hurt. If it stopped criticizing you, ask how long has it been doing this job. When did it first start having these negative beliefs about you? Ask if it can tell you how old you were back then. If your inner critic is eager to point you to a memory where you were unfairly shamed or blamed when you were little or during difficult times in your life, acknowledge that, but continue to be with your inner critic without letting your attention drift away to that memory. Tune in to what your inner critic is communicating, and if it feels right, let it know you get it and now understand how it came about. If you can appreciate why your inner critic holds negative beliefs, let it know that too. It must have been hard for your inner critic to carry these negative beliefs for so many years. If you feel doing so, thank your inner critic for being with you for so many years. But also let it know you now live in present, gained life experience, and done some good things and deeds in life since then. See how your inner critic reacts to the fact that you no longer live in the past and have moved on in life. Check if your inner critic seems a bit less intense knowing that. If not so, ask it what you could do or change in you to help it let go of some of its negative beliefs about you. If you're open, let it know you're willing to do what is necessary to release these beliefs, to feel lighter and have more space to invite positive energies. Also, if it feels right, let your inner critic know you're here with it and want to help it transform to be able to trust you again. Thank your inner critic and all other parts that you have noticed. If you feel comfortable, commit to be more aware of their presence inside you. Maybe you can connect with them again later to know more about them and what purpose they serve in your life. Thank all of them, say your goodbyes, and when ready, come back to here and now. End of meditation. Reflections. Take a deep breath, and when comfortable, open your eyes or break your gaze. But before coming back to the outside world, make a mental note of any insights you might have received during this meditation. The moments like these can be an opportunity to raise your self-awareness. Consider writing a few lines as journal entry to capture what parts you have noticed and how you felt toward them. You can refer to these notes later when you're ready to do inner works using IFS practice. Consider repeating this meditation, but this time in your own pace and choice of words. Improvising your meditations in your own words helps you enhance your experience of them. If you have found this meditation useful, please like and share it with your like-minded friends. Also, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and share your thoughts and comments. Your support is the foundation of this channel and encourages me to create more content in the future. For more information about myself and what I do, please find my bio link in the description below. Also, if you have requests for future topics or meditations, please share it as a comment or contact me through my bio link below. Blessings.